Thank you for signing in today. We are working on a procedure video today. Our procedure is going to be putting rational numbers on a number line. This is something most of you have shown that you are pretty familiar with already, but we're going to go through it just to make sure. We are going to look at a few different rational numbers. The first one we're going to look at is 5/8. When we look at rational numbers and we want to put them on a number line, our first step is to figure out which whole numbers, which integers, they are between. So if we look at a rational number and the numerator is smaller than the denominator, we know that it is between 0 and 1. Now, we draw our number line. Say we have 0 here and 1 is over here. The way we put this on the number line is we mark off 8 spaces. It's 8 spaces because the denominator is 8. So this would be 1/2. So we have something like that. And something like that. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spaces between 0 and 1. Each one represents 1/8. If I would like to put 5/8 on the number line, I count 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here is 5/8. That's where that goes. Now, that's a straightforward example. Most of you have seen fractions like that before. We're going to do 2 more. Let's say we have an improper fraction, something like 16/7. Our first job is to figure out what integers 16/7 goes between. So I know that 7 goes into 16 twice. So I know that it's going to be somewhere between 2 and 3. If I draw my number line, I'm going to have to imagine the number line is stretched out. If we have 2 here and 3 here, I want 7 spaces between, since we're working with sevens. So that should be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I know that 7 goes into 16 twice, and that gives us 14. So we have 2 left over, so I count to 2/7, and this is where that goes on the number line, 16/7. We are going to do one more example. Our last example is -23/4. This one's a little different because it's negative. I know that 4 goes into 23 5 times. So it's going to be between -5 and -6. Here's my number line, so we're imagining it's going this way, so here's -5, here's -6. Since we're working with fourths, I want 4 sections, something like that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. If I know that 4 goes into 23 5 times, and that gives me 20, which tells me there's 3 left over, so we're going 1, 2, 3. This is where -23/4 goes on the number line. Notice the only difference between negative and positive numbers is the direction that the numbers are counting up on the number line. So if we're counting in the negatives, it's going up in the left direction, and if we're in the positives, it's going up in the right direction.